Hi everyone, this is Brandon, the Twitter Dr. Krieger. Today I want to do another video on social technologies. And I think right now, really what I want to cover is social technologies for local business and for entrepreneurs. The reason why I want to cover that is because there's a few challenges that keep coming up as I'm going through my meetings. I'm meeting with, local businesses and entrepreneurs about, how does social media work? Why should they implement it in their business? And, how to get the return on investment. So first of all, how does social technologies work? First of all, it's pretty easy, right? To be able to go through, and I'm going to show you here, set up a Facebook page, Google Plus page, right? Look at Pinterest, post some pictures, right? YouTube channel, Twitter, feed and blog and area, whatever that may be. All these sites and web pages are all pretty easy to set up. The companies that have developed them have made it so easy that, it just a lot of times it's a walkthrough. The other thing about social technologies, right, and that's why I call it technologies, because there's a technical aspect to it, right? You have to understand how to log in, you have to understand how to set up a profile picture and put in your data, some hashtags, some little bit of technical information. But once you figure it out, it's pretty easy to use. The challenge is not the technical aspect; it's actually the social aspect. How to connect with people, how to build up relationships. And when you look at local businesses and entrepreneurs, the one thing, again, with the rejection is, okay, well, how does it work? How do I build, how to make money? How do I make money off social technologies, right, and social media and marketing? Well, that's the challenge right up front. If you put money up front, that you're thinking that you want to make money, you're not going to grow. Now, I know this is kind of counterintuitive because businesses need to make money. But what you have to think on the social sites, your goal is not to make money right from the start, right? It should be third or fourth down the line. Your first goal should be educating and building your community, right? How first can you educate your community and get followers to be able to, hear your information, understand your product and service, and then second, ask questions, right? Provide comments, right? Maybe even concerns that they have. Because what happens is through the first 80 to 20 rule that I have is 80% is education, 20%, or 80% is education and answering questions. The 20% is kind of trying to do promotional products, events, trying to really kind of build up, your revenue base. But the 80% is the most important. Through education, your clients and community are going to follow you. Even people that don't know, you're going to follow you and start to learn more about you, your product, and your service. Then what happens is you want them to engage by asking questions about your product and service, and maybe even comments or concerns, what they think about your product and service. That is amazing market research for you, because what happens is you can make changes to your product and service depending on what your community requirements are. If they're having challenges with your product or service, they're looking for upgrades, you can make those changes, which then will provide a better product and service to your community, and your community will see that you're listening, so they will share your information. They'll be your extended sales force, which then, when you look at your 20%, will increase your return on investment. Right? That's really how social media works. The technical aspect is the easiest part of it. The education and educating people properly and providing community support is the most important. That is your 80% of how social media is going to work and social technologies, how the social marketing is going to work. It's that 80%. The 20% is going to be a reflection on how well you do that. So guys, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I know it's a little bit kind of more theory-based, but I want you guys to understand, because it's very technical in the sense of how you implement your marketing strategies for your business. So guys, if you have any questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up here. If you have any questions, what I'm going to get you to do is follow me, right, on Facebook, on Twitter, on any of my social sites, right, and comment. Ask me questions, make comments, right? See how I can help you and provide you more information. The most important thing is the reason why I do these videos is to be able to help and to provide support and educate people how to do it properly, right? Because the key thing is here for me is, if someone gets a tip from me and is able to implement it and see results, that's a reward for me. So guys, I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Again, like I said, remember to follow me and comment on any of the social sites that you follow me on. Thanks guys, and have a great Tuesday.